main event. All right, so this is the main event. This is the game we were waiting for. So if you've watched or if you've scrolled from video to video, from the video up to this video, up to this scene, this point, then you are indeed lucky. All right. So what we have here is the game which we have named Too Sure, okay, or the Too Sure game. So we'll have a quick description. We'll have a quick explanation for what's for these codes. I mean, the JavaScript codes we have here. So to just summarize everything, this game is a lottery game. Okay, it's some kind of lottery game created by yourself or we. It's kind of lottery game. Okay, so it says today's number. So these are today's numbers, 9 and then 6. Okay, so if your friend inputs a number, okay, so let's say if you yourself or if your friend writes a number which is we are generating random numbers less than 10. Okay, so let's say 4 and then 4 and 6. If he or she hits on run, so today's numbers are what? 3 and then 1, and then you are a loser. And then if you hit on it again, today's numbers are what? 7 and 8. So the what do we call it? The random numbers just keeps going on. Okay. So today's numbers is what? 6 and 9, you're a loser. 3 and 4, you're a loser. Oh, I think of it. 1, 4 and then 6. Okay. So you can see you can see I gave my number to be 4 and then I gave my second number to be 6. Okay, so now the first number here is 4, the second number here is 6. So I have solved the algorithm. Okay, so I have just won fake. All right, okay, so this is what we are talking about. Okay, so if you win, this is what will pop up. If you lose, it will pop up, you are a loser. Okay, so some kind of a Too Sure lottery game. Okay, all right, so let's learn how to do this, or let's take it step by step or one by one. Okay, all right, so now let's start with the game. Okay, so hope you've installed your JS run, okay, which will run your JavaScript codes. Okay, so we are about to do JavaScript programming. Okay, so let's build the game. Now the game starts with a variable. Okay, so var. I want you to follow, just follow me as we go. Okay, so be typing as we go. Okay, so let's go. So var, and then we are going to name, or we are going to give a variable. Okay, so var generator. Okay, so let's okay, so we are naming a variable generator 1. Okay, so generator 1 is equals to, now we want to store random numbers in generator 1. Okay, so how do we write random numbers in JavaScript? Random numbers, the keyword is math.random. Okay, so math.random. Okay, random, and then we bring a bracket, and then from what number to what number. So we want count numbers. Okay, so it can be from 1 to billion, from up to 100. Okay, so now we are going to keep it short. Okay, because we want to make our game more fun. Okay, so let's make it from 1 to 10. Okay, so we are going to introduce an asterisk. So asterisk 10. Okay, all right. Now if we just leave it like this, if we just leave it like math, I mean, we just make it roll like this. Okay, we are going to, I mean, we will get decimal numbers. Okay, we are going to get decimal numbers. Okay, so if I console this, this is what will happen. So console.log generator 1. Okay, so if we run this one, okay, so so here, so we have decimals attached to our whole numbers. Okay, and then we don't want that, we only want whole numbers. Okay, so this time we are going to make it math.c. Okay, so let's attach math.c. Okay, math.c. Okay, and then give it bracket. Okay, so we are going to put it in the bracket. Okay, all right, now let's run this and let's see what happens. Okay, so now we have whole numbers. Okay, or we are running whole numbers. Okay, so var generator 1 is equals to math.cu, and then we place math.random as up asterisk 10 in the math.cu. Okay, now let's continue. Now we set up a second variable. Okay, so we'll say var generator 2. Okay, generator 2. So this will be our second random numbers. Okay, so generator 2, we want to write the same thing here. Okay, so let's write math.cu. So math.cu into bracket math.random. Okay, and then we introduce a bracket and then asterisk 10. All right, so now let's continue. So if we've gotten to this point, we've finished with our variable generation. Okay, so generator 1 is going to generate variables. Sorry, generator 1 is going to generate random numbers, and the generator 2 is also going to generate random numbers. Okay, for a game. Okay, so this is our source of numbers for the game. Okay, now let's continue. Now we want to introduce a function. Okay, and we know the definition for function. If you do not know what a function is, make sure you visit our videos or our channel for the meaning of functions. Okay, so let's write function. Okay, the word function, the keyword function. Okay, so I missed one word, which is C. So function. So function, and then let's give it a name. So function game. Now what we want to do here is we want to we want a code which will be reusable. Okay, or we want to write parameters and then assign arguments to them. Okay, so that's why we are using the functions. We want to call it anytime we need it. Okay, so function game, and then we put in a parameter, okay, or a variable. If you don't know what a variable is, make sure you visit our video for variables. Okay, so variable, let's say lucky number. Okay, so lucky, so we call one of our variables lucky num. Okay, so lucky num 1, and then our second variable, we name it lucky num, so lucky num 2. Okay, all right, now let's continue. All right, so we introduce an opening curly bracket. Okay, opening and then close. Okay, so let's shift it down, let's shift it down, let's shift it down. Okay, so this is our opening curly bracket. Okay, and then this is our close curly bracket. So you open and then what, you close. Okay, all right, now let's continue. Now in the function, we want to write a set of codes. Okay, all right, let's continue. Now we bring statement. Now let's continue. Now we want to introduce an if less, or sorry, we want to introduce an if else statement. Okay, so we continue by saying if, so if our variable, if our parameter lucky number. Okay, so if statement, and then we introduce a bracket. So if lucky number, if lucky number 1 is the same as, so if lucky number 1 is the same as generator 1. Okay, so if lucky number 1 is the same as generator 1. Okay, so if lucky number 1 is the same as generator 1, if it's the same, okay, we've not finished. So let's type generator 1. Okay, gen is the same as generator 1, and okay, and so this is the symbol for and. Okay, so and lucky number 2. Now let's come to like our variable lucky number 2. Okay, so these are the variables we will pass or we will assign numbers to. Okay, we want to assign, we will later assign numbers to, or we'll assign what we call arguments, okay, to these parameters, to these variables. Okay, so if lucky number 2, let's write if lucky number 2, so if lucky num 2 is the same as, okay, so double equal signs. Okay, double equal signs. Okay, double equal signs is the same as, so if this one, if lucky, if this variable is also the same as so the same as generator 2. Okay, if they are the same, if it's the same as generator 2, so let's type generator 2, generator 2. All right, then what will happen? Okay, so let's go out of the, what do you call it, of the bracket, and then let's introduce a curly bracket. Okay, open and then close curly bracket. Okay, then hit enter. Okay, hit enter. Okay, all right, let's continue. So if lucky number 1, if lucky number 1 is the same as generator 1, and lucky number 2 is the same as generator 2, return. Okay, so return, so we want the computer to return, or what actions should the computer take, or what actions should the runner take. Okay, so return what, so we want it to return, so if they are the same, meaning if our numbers, if the numbers we write is the same as the numbers the computer is going to generate, that's what we're trying to say. If the numbers we write, if the numbers we input is the same as the numbers the computer is going to generate, then we say we have won, or I have won. Okay, let's do that one. So let's write you. Okay, let's make it in capital. So you, so you have won. So you have won today's. Okay, so you have won today's big so you have won today's big lottery, okay? All right, or you have won to big, okay? All right, now let's continue. Now let's continue, okay? Let's continue. All right, so after you give this statement, let's give another statement, okay? Now maybe someone would also, or maybe someone will write numbers which exceed 10, okay? We want the computer to generate numbers only from 1 to 10, but some users are stubborn and they will not understand what the algorithms are, okay, and therefore they are going to write numbers which exceed 10, okay? So if they write numbers, or if they input numbers which exceed 10, this is what will happen, okay? So let's put down also down. So let's write. So make sure it's you make caps locks, you turn it smaller. So if, and then bracket. So if lucky, if lucky num 1, okay? Oh, W, okay? So make sure be vigilant to the spelling. So if lucky number 1, so if lucky number 1 is greater, okay? So lucky number 1 is greater, okay? So this is a greater symbol, is greater than 10, or so the or is 2 pipes, okay, or 2 sticks. So or lucky number 2, okay? So lucky num 2 is also greater than 10. Then what should happen, okay? So we will introduce opening and close curly brackets, okay? So then what should happen? So let's write return. So just below we just write return, okay? So return. So return so what do we want to return? We want to return a string of letters. So return enter a correct value, or enter a correct number, okay? So let's write. So enter a correct value, or enter an acceptable what do you call it, number, okay? So let's continue. So we are trying to say, so if the one playing the game, or if the one playing the game enters any number above 10, the software, the computer will bring out enter a correct value, meaning you are out of range, okay? So our last statement, else. So if all these are false, okay? So if they are false, then else. So with brackets. Oh, all right, so let's bring else, and then with something like this, okay? So we introduce a curly bracket. So else return you have, so you have lost. All right, else return you have lost, okay? All right, now let's continue, okay? So from this stage we come down, okay? So we have just written, so this is the codes this is what we've written, this is what we've placed, or these are the algorithms, okay? So these are the written algorithms, okay, for our two show game, okay? This is the algorithms. All right, now what do we do next? Now let's console or let's print out generator 1, okay? Oh, so now let's print out generator 1, okay? So we want to see the numbers which will result, or we want to see today's numbers, okay? We want to see today's numbers which will appear, okay? So let's print generator 1, generator 2, okay, before we call our function, okay? So console.log generator 2, okay? So we want console.log generator oh generator 1, okay? But first let's console.log a text. Console.log. So console.log, okay? So we want to print this line of text. So we want to write, so we want to print today's numbers are, okay? So today's numbers are, now this is what we want to print. Today's numbers are, so before we get our random numbers for generator 1, we will say today's numbers are, so then generator 1 will come out, okay? And then let's write another one. So let's print out console.log, okay? So let's print generator 2, okay? generator 2. Okay, so we want to say, so today's numbers are, and then generator 1 come out, and then generator 2 pop out. Okay, so let's hit on play, and then let's see what what we would result. Okay, so let's see what we would what the codes will be. Okay, so at the top right corner, okay, we have the play button there. Okay, JS run, just hit on the play button. Okay, so hit on run. Okay, and then we have something like this. Okay, so let's run so many times. Let's see the numbers we are getting. All right, so today's numbers are 8 and 9. Today's numbers are 5 and 7. Today's numbers are 3 and 8. Today's numbers are 7 and 4, 1 and 8, 2 and 10, 10 and 1, 9 and 2, 0 and 10. Okay, so we keep clicking, and then the numbers just generating. So this tells us our random numbers, and then everything, the algorithm is in line. Okay, and it is working perfectly. Now to our last code. Okay, now let's call out the function, and then let's pass the argument. Okay, so the one playing is the one who is going to pass the argument. Okay, the player, okay, of the game. Okay, so let's call the function. So console.log. So let's print out, okay, the call of the function, console.log. So console.log. So what is our function name again? So our function is called game. Okay, it's console.log game, and then we bring an open bracket. Okay, so in the open bracket, so let's spread the bracket out, and then let's see what we mean. Okay, so in the open bracket, okay, and then we bring a comma, okay, to separate, because we had two variables, so we bring a comma to separate them. Okay, and then let's introduce a few strings. Okay, all right, and then 1, 2 at this side. Okay, now let's continue. So we are going to pass in arguments here. Okay, so we have finished the making of the game. Okay, so we finished the game. Now we want to test the game and then see if it worked. Okay, so let's pass the argument. So let's assume I'm the player. Okay, and then I want to play the game. Okay, so what numbers? Okay, so I want to win the game. Okay, and then so I have to think of numbers. Okay, so any number from 1 to 10. Okay, which and which. Okay, so I'll pick 5. Okay, and then the second one, let's say I'll pick 2. Okay, so let's see what numbers we'll play. Oh, let's see if I'm a loser. Okay, so hit on run. Oh, so you have lost. Okay, so today's numbers are 10 and then 8. So we have finished our game. Okay, so today's numbers are what? 10 and then 8. Therefore I lost. Okay, so this is the fun game. Okay, so let's assume you punch in or key in number 15, which is above 10. Let's see what will result. Oh, it says what? Enter a correct value. Okay, so enter a correct value. Okay, because 10 is we denied 10 in the algorithm. Okay, so we have to enter a correct value. Okay, now this is the game we were talking about, and this is the game we were referring to. Okay, so hope you were able to build this game with me. Okay, now thank you for watching. Hope you learned much in this introductory course. Okay, so from start to finish. Okay, so variable, generator 1, generator 2, function, game, and then we passed in parameters. Okay, all right, so from start to finish. Okay, so one by one. Now if you do not understand anything, make sure you hit it in the comment section. Okay, and then don't forget to subscribe. Okay, we want you to subscribe so you support us, and then we also produce with more content on building of games and then programming. Okay, writing of algorithms. Okay, we want to make more. Okay, all right, thank you for watching.